Sometimes the universe tells me to film a video, and I don't often know why. Until I pull my camera up and half of my face looks dark like this because of the rain. But when I step into the light, you see me, all of me, right? It doesn't actually matter what I'm saying. You see it, right? It, the light that is shining through. It doesn't have to do with words. I wish I had the words to use to explain and express the magic that is pouring out of my heart. But all I can really say is that at 24 years old, I had an open heart surgery that changed my entire life. When I woke up, really woke up from that surgery, I was so different than everybody I knew around me and most people I had met since. There are very few people that can understand and comprehend what it's like to have somebody, a team of doctors, cut you open and put a device between your sternum and wrench it open and take your heart out and work on it and freeze your body down to a temperature where you have to be dead, flatlined for them to do the surgery because it's so specific. When you have a team of doctors do that, my surgeon actually pumped my heart back to life, he told me. It's the only way to do it. There's no machine that can do it. They take your heart out of your chest. They do the repair. If it's so close to the heart that they have to repair the aorta, they just freeze your body down to temperature where they can take you off of the machines, because if you were on the machines, your heart would be pumping blood and spurting everywhere. You have to flatline to restart. They do the surgery so quickly and so swiftly. And when when your heart's ready to go back in your chest, your surgeon takes it into his hands or her hands and pumps it back to life, to the beat of your heart, until the machines kick in and they can put it back in your chest, close you up again, sew you up. Almost within an hour or two, you're awake on a table. When I woke up, I had a breathing tube down my throat. I didn't expect that. They said there was still water in my lungs, and without even being able to talk, my doctors told me that I had to hold a splint against my chest and make myself throw up before they could take the breathing tube out. So it was traumatic, y'all, and it was crazy, and I did it. I was only in the hospital for 6 days, but I did it. And my life has never been the same since. Ever. There's so many details and stories to tell from then to now, which will come at other dates and times, but you see me and you don't understand me because I'm different. I'm living in bonus levels. I'm a girl that at 24 years old made peace with life. I wrote everybody that I knew and loved letters telling them how much I loved them. People in my present day life, ex-boyfriends, best friends, that sort of thing. And the only person I told that to was my very best, dearest friend, Rhiannon Tokar Brown, that I've known and loved since I was 2 years old, for 30 years. This girl's been my best friend. She was the only person that I told, hey, in this Jillian Michaels magazine, fitness magazine, I put these letters. I don't even know if what she did with them or if she has them. Actually, Rhiannon, if you have them, I wouldn't mind seeing them now. You're the kind of person that maybe would have kept those for me and never would have given them to me until I asked. But I told her, hey, if I die, give people these letters. If I wake up, go into my apartment and take them and burn them. I never asked her what she did. She's never told me. Maybe I'm about to find out. But you don't understand me because I'm not like most people. I'm not most girls. I'm not most typical best friends. Like, I'm a light worker. I'm here for good. After that happened, I had to ask myself, what the heck? What the heaven? What was the point of all of that? You know, I was at the top of my game in the acting scene in Pittsburgh, really living so many dreams, teaching acting, voice, dance, theater, directing musicals. And I mean, open heart surgery ripped the carpet out from underneath of my freaking feet. Uh, and I had to crawl to my victory. I thought that the victory was then, you know, living, surviving, but the real victory is in how do I live now? How do I live? How do I serve? It seems a little bit crazy that it's taken me 7 years, almost 8 years on January 6th to come to these realizations. But I am different. For some reason, I just had that surgery, wanted to like go so back to being normal. And I've just been fighting upstream for 8 years because I'm not. I'm rare. I'm a fucking zebra when you think a horse is coming. And zebras can go the distance too, though, y'all. Nobody knew when I woke up from open heart surgery if I would even be able to work out again because they did not know what caused my aneurysm. They thought at the time it was my bicuspid aortic valve, which I'm still living and breathing with these days just fine. By the way, for anybody that has a BAV and is worried, or a heart condition and is worried, you could walk out in the middle of the street and get hit by a car tomorrow. The way that one of my best cardiologists ever explained it to me when I kept asking why, he said, Megan, some people drive down the road and they have their hands on 10 and 2. And they're the ones that are going to get hit by a semi-truck. Because the semi-truck, you could have somebody else driving down the road like me, one hand on the wheel or a knee, you know, eating McDonald's French fries, petting the dog, you know, listening to music, whatever. And they're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. But he just said, you never know. And he said, if I were you, if I were living and standing and breathing in your physical shoes, I would just go out there and do everything you feel like doing. And it took me 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years to really continue building up the courage. But if I can share something candidly, when I left to hike the Appalachian Trail in the first place, I never even checked in with a cardiologist. Because the last time I checked in with one, they said, hey, let us know when you have a problem, because you are A-okay. That's a lot for a 24-year-old to get over traumatically. They diagnosed me with PTSD. I was very broken. If you look back at my earlier content, I'm crying in some of this stuff. I'm ridiculous. But what you have been watching is my healing journey. And if I can do it, you can do it too. It's just a matter of faith and trust and belief. And it doesn't matter if you have a heart condition or anything like that, or you're just a person trying to be their best self in the world. We're all living in bonus levels every day. Every day is a gift. And I don't care what color your skin is or how your accent sounds. The last time I checked, we all of us have the same beat in our heart and the same breath in our chests. And it's up to us, you guys, to become colorblind in this world and see people for who they are in their real energy and their rawness and their realness. And maybe I survived just to tell you this message. And the only thing stopping me from posting this is going to be a whole bunch of fear that I'm just going to face. Because I don't care if it sounds crazy, and I don't care if people think I'm crazy anymore. Maybe I am. Maybe I want to be. Maybe that's the point. Maybe I'm supposed to be different, to remind everybody that they can be too. Nobody is a carbon copy of anybody else. And we could all be much kinder to each other and stop judging one another while I'm on the rampage. I made peace with death when I was 24 years old, and I am 32, about to be 33, 8 years into this journey, possibly here to tell the entire world that this life is so much more simple than y'all are making it out to be. When I woke up from open heart surgery, I felt like I had a clean slate that I had no idea what to do with. None. But we have the chance to wipe our slates clean every day. The good Lord came here over 2,000 freaking years ago to tell us we were already free. Why are we living in bondage? That's a choice. Suffering is a choice. Deliverance is a choice too. I guess what I've mostly learned from open heart surgery and being given this gift of even 8 more years on the earth than 24 is we can be or do or have anything we want. There's nobody stopping us but us. So I ask you today, what are you doing in your life that's great? It's often the stuff that people look at you and say, that's crazy. Because they're jealous or because they can't wrap their heads around miracles yet. But if you're a light worker here on the earth like me, then you're here to hear this message, and you're here to shine your light too, and to not be afraid. So go forth into your greatness. The good Lord did not say go ask it on a mountain. The good Lord said go tell it on a mountain that we are free. We are free. We are free. Namaste. I hope you've enjoyed this message of peace and love and hope. I'm alive. You are too. Let's start living like it. It's the only reason we're ever unhappy. Ever. Because the light's turned off inside of our heart. Turn it on. Leave it on. End of story.